What are the hardest sports in the world to become a professional athlete in? Not the hardest sports to play. Not the sports that make you sweat the most. I'm talking about the sports where thousands, sometimes millions of people dream of going pro, but only a tiny percentage actually make it. And some of these sports are absolutely brutal. So here are 10 sports where becoming a professional is ridiculously difficult. Number 10, golf. At first, golf doesn't look that difficult. You're standing still. The ball isn't moving. Nobody is trying to tackle you. How hard could it be? Well, very hard. To become a professional golfer, you need an insane level of consistency. You don't just need one amazing round. You need to perform over and over again. And the margins are tiny. One bad hole can destroy an entire tournament. One bad tournament can cost you money, rankings, and opportunities. And unlike many team sports, there's nowhere to hide. If you play badly, everyone knows it's just you, the ball, the course, and your terrible decision to hit driver over the water. Number 9, tennis. Tennis is brutal because you're basically on your own. No teammate is coming to save you. No coach can jump onto the court. It's just you against another player. And professional tennis requires an insane combination of speed, coordination, endurance, technique, and mental strength. You can be winning a match for 2 hours and then completely collapse mentally. And if you want to reach the very top, you have to compete against players who have basically been training since childhood. You're not just fighting your opponent. You're fighting fatigue, pressure, injuries, travel, and your own brain. Number 8, swimming. Swimming looks simple. You get into a pool and swim. But at the professional level, we're talking about athletes who trained for years just to improve by fractions of a second. A race can be decided by a tiny difference, sometimes less than the time it takes you to blink. And swimmers spend countless hours repeating the same movements again and again and again. Imagine training almost every day for years just to improve your time by a fraction of a second.
That's swimming. Number 7, gymnastics.
Gymnastics might be one of the most physically demanding sports on this list. You need incredible strength, flexibility, balance, coordination, explosive power, and body control. And then you have to perform all of that while flipping through the air. The scary part? You don't get much room for mistakes. A tiny error in your positioning can turn a perfect routine into a disaster. And gymnasts often start extremely young because reaching an elite level requires years and years of technical development. Your childhood becomes training. Number 6, figure skating. Figure skating combines athleticism with precision and performance. You need balance, power, flexibility, coordination, and the ability to rotate your entire body in the air and somehow land on a tiny blade. That alone sounds insane. But then you have judges watching every movement. Your technique matters. Your presentation matters. Your timing matters. And one mistake can completely change your score. Imagine spending thousands of hours practicing one jump and then missing it in front of thousands of people. That's professional figure skating. Number 5, boxing. Boxing is different because becoming a professional isn't just about being talented. You have to be willing to get hit repeatedly. You can have incredible technique. You can have incredible speed. You can be extremely athletic. But eventually, someone is going to punch you in the face, and you have to keep thinking. That's what makes boxing so brutal. The physical conditioning is insane. The mental pressure is insane. And the consequences of mistakes can be serious. You can't simply take a timeout because you're tired. You have to survive the round, then survive the next one, and then do it again. Number 4, soccer. Soccer has one massive problem if you want to become a professional. There are an enormous number of people trying. Millions of kids around the world grow up dreaming of becoming professional soccer players. And the competition starts extremely young. You don't just need skill. You need speed, decision-making, technical ability, fitness, tactical intelligence, and sometimes luck. You can be one of the best players on your local team and still never make it professionally because the gap between being good and being professional is enormous. Number 3, American football. American football is incredibly difficult because professional teams are looking for extremely specific physical profiles. Depending on your position, you might need explosive acceleration, enormous strength, incredible speed, elite reaction time, or a combination of all of them. And the physical contact is brutal. Every play can involve collisions. At the professional level, everyone is bigger, faster, stronger, and more skilled. You aren't playing against random athletes anymore. You're playing against people who are the best athletes in their entire state, school, college, or country. And even then, most don't make it. Number two, basketball. Basketball is insanely competitive because the talent pool is enormous. There are millions of players around the world, and only a tiny percentage will ever reach the highest professional leagues. To become an elite basketball player, you need more than height. You need shooting, ball handling, defense, speed, coordination, decision making, athleticism, and an insane amount of practice. And then there's the physical requirement. If you're trying to make the NBA, you're competing against some of the most athletic humans on earth. Players who can jump higher than you, run faster than you, shoot better than you, and they're probably taller than you. And even if you're extremely talented, you still need an opportunity. That's what makes becoming a professional basketball player so difficult. But there's one sport that might be even more brutal. Number one, horse racing.
Yes, horse racing.
And here's the weird part. You might think the horse is doing all the work, but professional jockeys have one of the craziest physical requirements in sports. They need incredible balance, core strength, reaction speed, coordination, and extremely strict weight control. They're basically trying to control a powerful animal traveling at insane speeds, while maintaining perfect balance with almost no room for error. And the competition is ruthless. There are relatively few professional opportunities. So even if you're talented, strong, and experienced, there may simply not be a spot for you. And that's the real reason these sports are so difficult to go pro in. It's not just about how hard the sport is. It's about the number of people competing for the same tiny number of opportunities. Millions can dream, thousands can train, hundreds can become elite, but only a tiny fraction actually get paid to do it. And that's what makes professional sports so brutal, because being talented isn't enough. Being athletic isn't enough. Working hard isn't enough. You need skill, consistency, mental strength, the right opportunities, and sometimes a ridiculous amount of luck. So the next time you watch a professional athlete and think, yeah, I could probably do that, remember, that athlete may have spent their entire life trying to become one of the tiny percentage of people who actually made it. And you're watching the final 1%, the part that survived.